Tell us about the ballet itself and your plans and your point of view and how the piece has developed.
We have two acts. We have a white act and a black act. Let me see. Oh, it works. So you see the Chanel sign, and next to it you will see 4 staircases in the shape of the sea. So that's why, the staircase, because, at her shop she had that staircase with, a mirror, so we wanted that to be on the set. And we decided to have a white act and a black act because we were inspired by the box of number 5, which is a beige white with black lines. So that's why we stay in that. Is it? That's the artistic theme. So I'm inspired by what she said. She has a lot of quotes. And the first quote is like, before you leave the house, look in the mirror and take one thing off. She's right. She likes simplicity. She likes going to her target, and what I like about that as an artist is when I make a piece, it only finishes once I see it on stage. And unfortunately, that's 2 days before the audience comes in. Louise knows that I'm infamous for last-minute changes. And usually, I simplify, I take away, and the dancers go crazy. They hate me for that. And I always tell them, please trust me, sometimes less is so much more. And in the studio, you're so close by that you don't really see your piece. You're just preparing a lot of material, it comes on stage, and there I make it pure. So that has always been something, a quote that appeals to me. So this is, just a couple of pictures of the first act. We have a string surrounding of curtains, and we have already one of the staircases. And the idea, the concept is that she is known for changing the silhouette of women. So in the first scene, you will see 12 dancers dressed à la fin de siècle with the big bustles and the hats and the big hair. And at the end of the ballet, it will be 12 dancers, but in the silhouette of Coco Chanel on the black floor, and everything is black. So those chairs are there for that, and they become chandeliers. Because a little later, we're going to have them go up in the air, and there's going to be light underneath the chairs. So we, those mirrors, of course, because we have the mirrors that is so iconic from Chanel's shop, but also we try to see how anecdotal and literal we want it to be, or just keep it as abstract as Chanel tried to be, as succinct with what she has to say. And we have the same with that. So instead of, we had a window shop. We had, actually the first time we had a window shop, and we decided, no, it's too clear that it's window, it's Chanel. And we had to be careful with the word Chanel on stage because we don't really have the rights. So everything is based, inspired by, but it's not exactly Chanel. So that's why we have those mirrors creating a shop in Deauville. And then we have our 12 seamstresses. We wanted to talk about her empire, and how what we don't see behind the fashion is really those people working night and day. Oh my God, there's a few interesting documentary about that world of Chanel and Dior, all these women working on it, and then the designer coming and like ripping it off and start all over again. So that is one of the scenes that we have with those tables, and under those tables they're going to be, they can pull out some fabric that will be all the Chanel fabrics. We have the perfume, which is very important, I find, in Chanel. The number 5, I didn't know until I did some research 2 years ago, is actually she went to Grasse and she smelled 1, 2, and the 5th one was the one that she chose, and that's why she called it Chanel number 5. So there are 5 groups, and then she will choose the 5th group. And the men, I'm already telling the ballet, they will open their jackets and there's going to be numbers, and she'll choose a 5. So hopefully, every time I have to see how do I translate a story without words, and I hope that people can follow it. So that's that. So this is the only costume you're going to see tonight. How Jérôme Kaplan wanted to make the mistresses. So we chose one of those Here you can see here on the left, you can't see it, but it's those, how do you call that, fitting forms?
Yeah, like a
Dress form, yes. And then we are making dresses out of that, and you're going to have numbers on it. So that's how we try to make it abstract, as opposed to dress them exactly how they're dressed in real life. There are going to be 12 of those. I can't wait to see it. Another quote: "A woman doesn't become interesting until she's over 40. Ooh, I hear a man laughing. I think it's right. So, everybody has their personal take on that. I think at 20, a woman wants to please. At 30, she wants to seduce. At 40, she wants to prove. And at 50, let's cut the bullshit and play." So, and at 60, I will be telling you what it is, but I'm arriving at 50 and I'm like, you know what? I'm done with, proving, seducing. Shop is closed anyway. Now it's time to play.